back. What it is. What it is. So I been keep my eye on that. I would keep my eye on that New Orleans prison break, right, or jailbreak, right, which I still think was a play. I still think if we was able to look into some of them people, I'm willing to bet one on working with law enforcement, because I think that whole situation was more about funding than anything, right? But y'all know how I always talk about it ain't worth going on a run. I know everybody like to talk about the run, yo, but the run costs people. You know what I mean? And I always say, yo, what's up, Charlene? Robert, what it is? What's up, Victoria? I always say, yo, it ain't worth. Like, yo, you don't really want to put people in a situation to where they gotta choose between you and your freedom. You and their freedom. That's ultimately what you're doing, y'all. Ultimately, what you're doing when you go on a run. What's up, Dwayne? When you go on a run, is you making your family members choose. You know, like, prime example, right? If I was to go on there, if I was to been one of them guys, I wouldn't call my mother. You feel me? And mind you, man, my mother would do everything. My mother would hide me, send me money. Yo, she would do anything in that situation. But I wouldn't put her in that situation. You understand what I'm saying? Like, yo, when you do things like that, yo, you don't go to your family. You don't go to civilians and put civilians in a situation where they got to choose between their freedom and their love for you. So I don't know if y'all been paying attention to what's been going on. But I don't know if y'all been paying attention to what's going on. Yo, but they is locking up everything and everybody that even sent these motherfuckers $1. You heard me? If you sent them boys $1, your ass going to jail. So this is a woman talking about the maintenance worker. She says she know the maintenance worker personally.
Personally, all he do is play games, and he is so, like, I'm not gonna say he green, but he is. He's a school head. He graduated from Harvard. He's not into.
He's like a nerd.
He's a nerd. So
let's keep it 100. He's a nerd.
If anybody was him that's gonna shake him, he would do whatever they tell him to do. He was not raised like that. Sterling Williams is a good child. What they're trying to do to him, you can see it all in his face. He never experienced jail before. He never experienced none of that. He is a good person. I don't know why y'all need to get the deputies that helped, because the deputies helped. It was more than what they trying to put it on him, because y'all see that he's green and he's going to take the charge. No, the devil is a lie. I know Sterling Williams personally.
So that's Sterling Williams. And I think it is bigger than him. I think it's way bigger than him. He just being scapegoated. But no, we ain't gonna stop there. Check this out.
Third person has been arrested for allegedly helping one of the inmates who broke out of the Orleans Parish Jail. This latest arrest prompting another warning from law enforcement officials to not help the men who are still on the run. Louisiana State Police say Connie Whedon of Slight contact with Jermaine Donald. They say she sent him cash via a cell phone up after his escape. NOPD Superintendent Ann Kirkpatrick, who, remember, is not in charge of the jail but is a part of the massive manhunt, says she believes more arrests are coming and soon. Third person has been arrested.
They is locking up everybody that played a role in this shit. Yo, that's one of their grandmothers. It's one of their grandmothers, man. Like, why would you put your grandmother in that situation? What's up, Chelsea? Like, why would you put your grandmother in that situation? You know grandma gonna help. You don't supposed to call grandma, man. 4 women arrested.
Investigators
And yo, they giving them bails. $2 million. Hey, like yo, they gonna have to sit. They gonna have to sit for this shit. Ain't no tell how much time that shit carry.
tracking dozens of leads now, trying to find those 5 missing escaped inmates. Police have arrested 4 women who officials say aided the men and helped them avoid capture. CBS's New Orleans-based correspondent Katie Weiss reports on the progress a week after the jailbreak.
8 days. This facility and 5 are still on the run. Investigators say they had a lot of help. 4 women are arrested, accused of supplying the escapees with food, money, and transportation. Jail plumber Sterling Williams was
Food, money, and transportation. Which means they wasn't even a part of the escape at all. They got reached out to afterwards. And now all I'm in jail. And niggas be mad when I be like, yo, you might as well just turn yourself in, yo. Because it ain't worth it. Unless you able to move around without contact. It's on YouTube. How I find it.
also arrested, accused of turning off the water before the inmates ripped this toilet from the wall.
The man was literally just doing his job.
Williams' defense attorney, Michael Kennedy.
The toilet's overflowing. He goes and he turns off the water, as is his duty as the jail plumber. His part of this.
New Orleans Police Superintendent Ann Kirkpatrick says her department has received more than 400 tips and executed nearly 40 search warrants.
Damn.
We have gone to
So
places with warrants.
they probably harassing the shit out the motherfucker. Like I think they is no. They probably harassing and stalking the shit out everything that got something to do with them boys. Especially Derek Grove. He got sentenced. You know what I mean? He more of a danger because he already caught time. The rest of these motherfuckers still innocent to proven guilty.
We know we just missed them. And so that's always a difficult thing. You're so close.
Is concerned about the sheriff's slow response to the escape. We were there yesterday when she got a call.
Are you going to be there yourself?
Asking her to send crime lab experts to process the scene because the sheriff's office still had not done it. Immediately, Orleans Parish District Attorney Jason Cruz began collecting evidence.
I mean, DAs typically aren't at crime scenes ordering fingerprint testing. That's not normal. Normally, the law enforcement agency that's responsible would have gotten
They
that
didn't
done.
have a plan, yo.
So, Katie, like we
That's
said,
what I'm saying. Like, yo, this shit was. They didn't have a plan. They did not have a plan. None of them. I promise you. I guarantee y'all. If you look into these dudes, one of them working with law enforcement.
A week later, how are the police trying to find these guys?
Well, we know that facial recognition technology has helped them to find 2 of the inmates.
Dang.
And the police superintendent here in New Orleans says that she believes that 3 of the escapees are hiding out right here in the Big Easy. Maurice?
Damn, they said facial recognition. Derek Grove's family. Not Derek Rose. I see to the red report. I don't think Derrick Rose going back. He got sentenced to life. I don't think he going back. I don't think he going back. It's only 3 of them left.
Y'all after my brother child because y'all feel like, oh, he his cousin, he got to know what he had, this and that. Every time you go around, the ATM behind you. Someone went to my sister's house last night. They took her. I'm just trying to locate where she's at. I said her name is Stephanie Groves. She is the mother of Derrick Groves. I'm his aunt.
I don't believe that.
I'm trying to find my sister. Once they got in the car, they ran her Miranda rights and was trying to make her open the phone. She's like, no, because I'm not hiding nothing from y'all. Y'all don't have him. He's not with me. I don't know
if he's caught, right? And then there's
they're gonna kill him. I believe they're going to try to. I'm no longer trying to be humble about it, Wayne. I did that.
Can you give your introduction and tell them who you are?
My name is Jasmine Groves. I'm the daughter of the late Kim Marie Groves, who was killed by the order of Officer Lynn Davis, assassinated by Paul Hardy. I'm also the aunt of Derrick Groves, who's one of the 10 escapees from New Orleans.
Yeah, I don't think Black back up either.
First of all, I really appreciate you coming on and sharing your experience and everything. And I want the people to know what your family is going through right now.
Yes. Thank you for having me, Wayne. You know, I'm going to come where it's trustworthy, where I know my conversation is safe and where I know only facts are going to be put out.
I appreciate that.
27-year-old Derrick Groves is one of the 5 escaped inmates, and he's still at large tonight.
How did you get the news about the jailbreak?
I saw it on social media, and most definitely, you know, people were calling and things like that.
I want to know who idea that was, y'all. That's what I want to find. Once we find out who idea that was, somebody need to look into y'all. I guarantee you work with law enforcement. I'm willing to bet when you find out who idea this was, the guy that had this idea is working with law enforcement. I'm telling you. Yo, the last jailbreak of this magnitude, y'all, was 1864. 1864, man. Come on now, man. This shit was orchestrated.
Until maybe 8 to 10 hours later.
What was going through your mind when you got the news?
They gonna try to kill him. They gonna try to kill him. Because of the simple fact, y'all already wrongfully charged him of this Mardi Gras murder and all the other murders. We went through one trial and he was
There you go, real being stupid.
found guilty. We got an appeal.
What you think 1864 got to do with it, real?
His appeal lawyer.
Use your brain, bro.
60 pages of loopholes. Once we got back in court, went through more trials. He had a 9 unanimous. He had 3 mistrials. How do you have all these mistrials and now he's...
Yo, see, you don't know the history. You don't know what's going on. That prison supposed to got renovated in 2016. They got approved for funding in 2023. They never got the money. Monday, before this prison break, they sat down with the people about the money, didn't get the money. Next thing you know, niggas escape. Come on, bro. Use your fucking brain, my nigga. Use your brain, bro. And 1864 has a lot to do with it because it shows you how rare it is. You know how rare it is? You know how tight jails are? We ain't talking about prison. We ain't talking about pre-release. We talking about jails. Yo, jails be damn near maximum security, man. You ain't breaking up out of that bitch, especially not no 11 people. Especially not no 11 people. They trying to get funding. They're going to get the money now because the community is scared. Now the community realize that this jail is a problem. So they're going to get the money that they're seeking. This is a money play. It's a money play. Wait till we find out who. if they ever release who idea this was, look into him. I bet he an Asian. I bet he got snitch in his jacket. I bet you. You want to bet that real?
Guilty again.
One of the 10 men who escaped from the Orleans Justice Center last Friday is Derek Wu Groves, a 27-year-old with a violent criminal history, including 2 counts of second-degree murder. Groves' face is linked to numerous violent cases.
Derek's supposed to be so notorious. Wayne, who you here killed? What car you here stole? Who's held hostage? Why the neighbors not scared to come outside? It's sad what they're putting our family through because, like I say, Wayne, okay, we know who y'all are. We know y'all law enforcement. Do your job. I'm not against that. But if you're doing it right,
they're trying to get money. They're gonna get it now because y'all. What you gotta understand, the people are the ones that vote. Man, once this new renovation plan come up, man, you know how many votes they gonna get? Man, 36-0. I'm trying to tell you, people go and vote. They're gonna get this funding. Cause this is about funding. This is about funding, man. It's about creating a bigger and better jail. And I'm willing to bet when they find out if they ever release who idea this was, I'm willing to bet he working with law enforcement. They didn't have a plan. This wasn't planned out. You got motherfuckers sleeping on a bench and shit. Motherfucker calling their grandmother for money, got the grandmother book.
With my mom. It's been 30 years. 4 months ago, I had to relive this again with Biden and Trump. Finally got that settled. Now this happened, okay? Yes, my nephew is one of the escapees from New Orleans Parish Prison. I'm not against that. But the harassment and the things that are sending my family through, Wayne, I'm just oblivious right now. I am really, really upset, especially with the situation they put my sister and I through today. She said they knocked on her door. Well, boom, 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 boom.
It's time to take a spin on the new Fanatics
That's what I'm
Casino.
saying, yo. Like, yo, you don't put people in this type of situation. Like, yo, you pull a play like this, yo, you better not call not one family member. They locking up grandmothers, giving them $2 million bails and shit. Your grandmother locked up for sending them a couple of hours. She probably sent them a 50 piece, maybe a 20. They got on a $2 million bond, man.
My son is not here. Y'all already know this. I told y'all that. She said they didn't even have a search warrant. Okay? She willfully opened her door. When she opened her door, they went to asking her questions, this like that. She said, once she answered their questions and stuff like that, they asked her to open the phone. She's like, no, I'm not opening my phone because, why are y'all here? What are you questioning before I answered your question? They took her out of her house in Mandeville, mind you, okay? This is New Orleans. They took her from there. When I found out about this morning, roughly 7:30, 8-ish, maybe 8:30.
Yep, you know this. All their phones tapped.
Her boyfriend got home. He found the car, the keys, right? No Stephanie.
I see that. I ain't know that.
No Stephanie.
I see now.
Any paperwork. So at this moment, we do not know.
So she was she was alone when they picked her up.
Yes.
Then he snatched his mother?
So they telling me I don't know no Stephanie and this and that. I'm like, Stephanie Deborah Bowles' mom because I'm her sister Jasmine Bowles. I said, look, let me tell you something. Y'all law enforcement. You say he's an escapee, deal with your criminal part. And we have rights. So where is my sister? He's a escapee, huh? Go find him. Isn't he a criminal? I said, look, I clicked out. I said, look, now if she have done something and y'all are retaining her, y'all have the right to tell me where is she located.
Right.
They didn't kidnap the
Abusing
mother.
my family, holding my sister, not telling me where she at. I said, I'm telling you now, if I don't find my sister, it's gonna be bad. So her daughter called. She called. They told me. I called the state police. They told me go look on Facebook. She went look. She like my sister not, my mama not on there. He laughed at her and said, "Ha, yeah, I know. You're not gonna get your mama. Your mama not until She tell us what her son is, this and that, and told my other nieces he had the picture
fuck?
of
What
my
if she don't
sister.
know? Like, I mean, I'm not surprised though, y'all. This is what I be talking about these people, man. And motherfucker be so eager to work with them and shit like that. Yo, these people are diabolical, man. Yo, they wouldn't kidnap the man's mother and they trying to tell her the family where she at. And now I'm not surprised at all. Especially when it kind of him, they probably treating your family bad, man. Big harassment. They're going to treat the family so bad that somebody's got to reach out to him to tell him to turn himself in. But I don't think he going back. I think he gonna die.
That's
their mom?
Yeah.
Was she all right? They didn't do her anything, did they?
No, my sister was. No, they didn't physically do anything.
Right.
But they held her there. She said they showed the pictures of him and said, if you don't tell us who your son is, we have the authority to shoot and kill. We're going to kill him. Like, you cannot do this.
Damn, she passing that bitch crying.
Be searching for him. I said, but I told y'all from the beginning, they're trying to find a reason just to fit. That's why they act. You would have think, Wayne, that no more escapees is escaped but him. Still at large.
So y'all, she with y'all right now, right? Y'all got her back.
But she's back home now. Yeah, they put out. My sister don't really do police. You know, we haven't dealt with him so much. You know, Derek's little brother got killed, and she is terrified of police. So I knew right now my sister is distraught. They must have never gave her another drink. Her mouth was all white. She said they kept telling her, open your phone. She's like, once they got her in the car, they ran her Miranda rights and was trying to make her open the phone.
Her son escaped. And what the police, what New Orleans PD is doing is harassing the family. But the family ain't heard from them. So what they're doing is they're putting pressure on the family to make the family find him for them. It's a tactic. It's a dirty tactic. That's what they do. They're going to make this family so uncomfortable that the family is going to have to find him. But what if they don't know? What if he ain't reached out to him? If he's smart, he didn't reach out to him. If he cared about his family, you don't reach out. You don't put your family in this type of situation.
Like, no, because I'm not hiding nothing from y'all. Y'all don't have him. He's not with me. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to do that. So, because she didn't want to tell him nothing, they kept her. I don't know how long they actually had her. But, like I say, what made me really get into it with her when I told her, I said, then she was there by herself. Y'all didn't need no type of paperwork. Nothing.
They kidnapped.
So we really think she is missing.
No record of anything.
Nothing. We didn't know anything until I had to go live. Wayne, they had me all out of my character. I thought I hurry up and took the live down. People now is all over. So I had to really go there, click out, and she said the head person that was there over the U.S. Marshals came in there and told her, you, get out. They didn't give her a phone. They kept her phone. They told her, get out.
Damn.
My sister was walking, I don't know how long, for hours. She found somebody to use the phone on.
They kept her phone.
In the feet. I was dirty. I had to call my organization. We physically up there, in the feet, in the rain. I'm saying, Stephanie, where are you? Where are you? This is how I found my sister.
Great content needs a great audience. Like Stretch Armstrong needs to be stretched. Yeah! Woo! Feel the stretch with two
Man, you must know how these people work, Aaron.
Click the link. Always.
You know,
He could have reached out, but don't say you guarantee. Because they'll do this shit without no reaching out. Because it's not about him reaching out. They got a better chance. How the police is looking at it is, the family got a better chance of finding them than they do. Or, y'all going to find them. Because y'all don't want us to find them. We're going to kill him. So it puts pressure on the family to make him turn himself in, bro. That's the game. That's the game, bro.
Sheriff department came knocking on my door, ringing my doorbell. You know, my niece called. She's like, Titi, the sheriff is in front of your door. I'm like, the sheriff? What you mean? She like, they've been ringing the doorbell. My children are completely scared. They've been ringing the doorbell and stuff like this. But now, what is the sheriff doing now? What you at my house for? But by me being way uptown, I didn't get back downtown in time to, catch them there. So when I called up there, I'm like, my name's Jasmine Groves. I'm trying to see who do I contact because for what reason I don't know. But the chef came to my door, ringing the doorbell, looking for me. I don't know what for. I'm trying to find out. Put me on hold, like they was transferring me.
Fuck
Never
no.
came back to the phone.
If the family was helping, the family would be arrested. They already locked up a few people. They ain't waiting for that. If they got information that the family helped, aided in any kind of way, they're going to jail now. They're not going to wait, bro.
Anything white. So
that's not how that shit works.
I still to this point don't know what the sheriff came to my house for at all. I know my rights. I know what you can and you cannot do, and you cannot torture us from being family. Y'all after my brother child because y'all feel like, oh, he his cousin. He got to know what he had, this and that. Every time you go around, the ATF behind you. Like this, y'all not doing this to nobody else family.
For those who don't know, I'm sure it's pretty much tied to your family history with New Orleans police.
Yes.
Ironically, he has a deep connection to one of the most notorious killings in New Orleans history. His grandmother was executed on order of corrupt cop Len Davis.
By me doing the interview, they tied and found out Derek is my mom's grandchild. They put out one thing about saying Derek Groves got older, found the cop killer of his grandmother, Len Davis, killed 3 of his loved ones, and he's armed, he's dangerous, he's a killer, he's a murder, capital murder, for the Mardi Gras situation, and he murdered other people. Wayne, that is a complete negative because he was not even born when my mom was killed.
Derek Groves was not yet born when his grandmother Kim was gunned down right here in front of the family home.
My mom was killed October 13th, a day before my 13th birthday in 1994. Derek was not born until June of 1997.
A small child like that here and how his grandmother was killed by the police. Okay. Yeah, it had a big factor.
This the person y'all saying the killer. Y'all saying all these things. If he has been doing this, he's been acquitted twice. Because after that situation, then his dad was, saying he done this. Come to find out it was another guy who they call Wu in the East. So we went through that trial all those days. Once they found that was not true, they had to release him. I mean, it's the 12 o'clock midnight. Do you hear me, Wayne? They had to release him. Okay, the Mardi Gras thing. You did this. We got him 60. Now, this is 60. Imagine 60 pages of loopholes. This is the first time he was tried and was found guilty. 60 pages of loopholes, okay? We get back up in there. First time he got found guilty. You want to know the evidence, Wayne? An Instagram post that they say was on Derek's page, and he was celebrating 2 hours later after he's killed these guys for the Mardi Gras. Ain't mentioned no name. Ain't said nothing. Oh, I just shot him. I just killed him. He was actually reciting the guy BYT, who got killed, the rapper.
Right.
BTY. He was reciting his music. When has it become a crime that if you recite a music and you're supposed to be targeted for a crime that, hey, that's evidence you killed him? And that's what he got, 2 counts of life and 260 years on.
Damn.
So when you talk about this guy they're trying to slander, wouldn't you think you'll have guns, forensics, you'll have all kind of evidence on this mastermind killer, right? Especially since killing since 15. This child is not like this. Let me tell you. My mom was killed by the police in 1994. My great-grandmother and my grandfather, which was my mom, dad, and grandmother, raised us. No, we didn't have a perfect life. But at the end of the day, we was born by good people. We was raised right. You know what I'm saying? Derek was no different than a child that was around here doing child things.
What you don't understand is, bro, they will put this type of pressure without him never reaching out to him, yo. See, niggas don't be understanding how this shit go, yo. Like, if you ain't never had no serious case, then, yo, you really don't know what you're talking about. Like, I'm trying to tell you, yo, these people play dirty, man. You don't have to reach out. The object is not that they hope they reach out. The object is they want the family to find them. Scare the family. Terrify the family. Make them find them. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, yo? Like, Real was the dumbest nigga in the chat. You can't listen to nothing Real say or agree with him. He say some of the dumbest shit ever.
Chickens, he raised biddies. This child will not harm no one. You know what I'm saying? Especially to just be saying I'm harming someone when no one's doing him nothing. Derek is not like that. He has no reason to be.
She said Derek came across to her as a normal kid, despite his grandmother being killed by a hitman on the orders of New Orleans police officer Len Davis.
The connection between your mom and Len Davis, you know, because definitely you don't want that to be history. You know, you definitely we want her to be known for the greatness.
You know what I went through with this. Of course, because I don't want her to be remembered as the lady who Len Davis killed. Kim Groves was a mother. She raised her children. She worked. She took care of her neighborhood. So why every time her name is brought up, it's about Len Davis, the lady he killed, and now it's Len Davis, the lady he killed, and her grandson, the escapee, who is the most terrible, most feared, you know what I'm saying? How much are y'all going to constantly try to target my family? Enough is enough, and I had beyond enough.
I want to ask you this, but if Derek is listening and when he see this interview, is there anything you want to say to him?
Baby, you already know the family love you. You already know we going to stand with you. And you already know Titi is not about to lay at no time. But at this moment, even more so, I do not trust them until we can get a trustful lawyer and get a trustful organization and neighborhood that we know he will be safely brought back to pursue these charges. Hoping, I pray to God, this that happened reveal the truth about my nephew, who he is, and free him, because ain't nowhere in the world this baby life should have been took all these years for literally no evidence. My nephew was trying to show, hey, by all means, I'm going to maintain my innocence. I'm innocent. So guess what? Yes, I have family that's not going to say throw him away or forget.
Shopping
Listen, man,
comparisons
so
really
what you
grind
mean?
my
Look what they
gears.
going through. A motherfucker grandmother got booked. She held on a $2 million bond.
He is someone's nephew, someone's child. He is not a killer. He has not killed no one. And like I said, God will have his day. Because see, I know they're very upset, Wayne, because it's what, almost 2 weeks now? 1 week? Okay, 1 week later. And because y'all job, because I feel like this, Wayne, how about this? Let's make it simple. 8 to 10 hours later, right? Don't you think if these deputies, who not a deputy, have been arrested, not a deputy has been prosecuted, and you have all these other people going to jail from assistant inmates, but yet come to terms and find out now y'all have 189 doors that has been said by Jason Williams that need to be repaired. They didn't go out no hole. You see them big old children? How the heck they went out a hole? They went out the front door. Look at the camera. They jumping off a pavement. When Derek got this last guilty thing, we asked for him. My nephew been stabbed 3 times back there. Hey,
You heard what she said? She said he went out the front door. They ain't got that hole is small as a bitch. I don't know how the fuck they slid out of there.
In the jail he escaped
from? Been stabbed 3 times since this case. We've been fighting this trial this last time.
I'm saying in the jail that he escaped from?
In the jail. Wow. Yes.
Like I mean, if you're in your right mind,
being talked about.
Oh, you would want to escape. I'm just thinking about anybody that's.
Come on, man. These people are not animals. You have to worry about not just Derek. I have other nephews who he his cousin. You keep stopping my other nephew. He do his little rap thing, Rico. You keep stopping him. They keep harassing him, saying, "Oh, you his cousin. You must know we had." Why? Is it a crime to be kin and say, "Hey, no matter how the police is trying to make my cousin, my uncle, whoever feel that's still my loved one"? They have constantly pulled over his children. Mother, we know he must be in this car. We know he must be with his cousin. Well, if that, go do your job. Why you keep arresting us? And tell me, if you were so looking for him, you didn't, wasn't you would have did what you're doing the rest of the escapees and would have kept, why do he have to feel he cannot even walk up the street? What are you, if I say, hey, you got an arrest warrant, what is it for? For knowing your cousin and you know you might possibly know who he at and possibly you might have talked to him. Are you serious?
Yo. That shit fucked up. That's fucked up. They going through all of that. But you heard Auntie. Auntie say don't turn yourself in unless we can make sure it's done safely. You know what I mean? Because I think they're gonna try to kill Shorty. They making out of everybody that escaped, they making him the motherfucking I don't know what you call that shit. The face. Like how they doing Diddy, like Diddy the face of sex trafficking. They making that boy the face of the escape. It probably wasn't his idea. That shit crazy. But I did this video because a while ago, motherfucker said, I was telling people like, yo, going on a run dangerous, yo. That shit ain't worth it. It ain't worth it, yo, because you jeopardize everybody. So now you got this situation where these guys that went on a run ain't have no plan. You can tell what planned out. And now you got aunts, cousins, grandparents, all these motherfuckers getting arrested for trying to look out for them. But if that's how you was rocking, you weren't supposed to reach out to none of them. You only reach out to niggas. You only reach you know what I mean? You don't reach out to family. You don't reach out to civilians. You don't put them in that type of trick bag. Like I told y'all, if that was me, my mother would help me. I knew she would. But would I put her in that situation? Man, fuck no. I wouldn't put her in no situation like that, man. Knowing what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Them niggas, you know how they looking at them like property. That's money. Money ran out that door. They need that back. That's really all it's about. This shit about money. Money escape, not people. Dollar signs. That's what it's about for real. Money walked out that door. You heard me. Hit that like button, yo. Subscribe to the channel if you new. That shit crazy though. It's an unfortunate situation, man. Yeah, but some people will though. That's what I'm saying. You don't make people make that decision. You know what I mean? Some family will help. So it's up to the person. It's up to the person not even put them in that. You don't want to put them in that type of situation. So whereas now they gotta choose their freedom. They gotta choose the love they got for the family member versus their freedom. You don't do that to people, man. That's a tight situation to put people in, man. It's a tight situation to put people in. See me? I ain't fucking with it. Not at this age. You hear me? At this age in life, one of my homeboys pull a move like that, yo, don't call me. I ain't got time to be fucking around. Fuck no. You gotta call them niggas you was out thugging with. call me for no shit like that. Get them to call me. You know what I mean? Do a situation like that. Whoever your contact is, you get them to call me. But you better not call my motherfucking phone. I was trying to find out why the fuck the lights were cut off. Get the fuck out of here. That bitch all goddamn day. Fuck me on fucking time. But yeah, that shit fucked up, y'all. That's a fucked up situation, man. To put somebody in, even a being. Like I can just imagine what they doing to their family. They probably called them from all different kind of numbers, hanging up. Like, oh, this the tactics that they use dirty tactics, man. Dirty tactics. Following the kids to school. You know what I mean? Parked out front of their house. Like, yo, I can just imagine how they doing them people right now. I can just imagine. Like, from what she said, it's probably that times 10. You heard me? You could put 10 on what she said. I know it's way worse. She probably couldn't even explain for real what the fuck really going on. I know that shit way worse. Oh shit. What the fuck? Yeah, for real. I'll be my own witness protection program. If they let 11 run out, front door sound like, man, that shit was a play, y'all. Yo, you can't escape no jail, man. Not that, yo. Maybe one person, maybe two, max out 3. There 11 people ain't escaping no jail at no one time, yo. I don't give a fuck what you say. I don't give a fuck how fucked up that jail is. Not no 11 people. Mm-mm. I've been in jail a few times. You're every set that there, yeah. Motherfuckers ain't getting out from jail, yo. Unless they let you out. I don't give a fuck how fucked up that is. Baltimore City. Baltimore City jail was fucked up for years. Know how people was sliding through the cracks? Through like transit. You know what I mean? They was making paperwork mistakes. But motherfuckers wasn't escaping. You know what I mean? Like niggas wasn't running through no holes. Not man, fuck no. Baltimore City Jail was old as a bitch too. The penitentiary old as a motherfucker too. Penitentiary just as old as that jail. And that jail got renovated. Twice. They just needed more money. Ain't no man, you ain't walking out that bitch, man. And any person that believe that must ain't never been in jail. Yo, jail like maximum security. Shit like maximum security, man. That's my fucking. I gotta go to the store. Oh, shit. I'm gonna go to the store if I even fucking got the fucking car. Oh, shit. Yeah, you ain't escaping out no jail, man. You said they tried to escape on May 1st. What happened with the May 1st escape? I want to know who decision it was. Like that's all I want to know. Who decision it was. And I need one of these YouTube detectives to look into it. Like they look into rappers' paperwork. I need one of these YouTube detectives to look into who idea this was, and once we find out if this nigga ever been a snitch. I guarantee he was. Find out if this nigga ever was a snitch. If this nigga ever worked with law enforcement on any level. Then you'll know what really happened. That's the only way we'll find out what really happened. It's the only way we'll know what really happened, y'all. Right, you would think, because they allowed it to happen, bro. Yo, something like that don't happen unless it's allowed. That's my thing. Things like that don't happen unless it's allowed, man. Shit was allowed to happen. And the people that's getting booked, they just, you know what I mean? They just getting scapegoated. You heard the girl talk about the maintenance worker. Like, man, this nigga green as grass. You know what I mean? He probably was just listening to a command. They probably told him cut the water off. How they know which soda pick? Oh, yo, none of that shit makes sense. It's just fucked up though that it's gonna be a lot of people get arrested. It's gonna be a lot of family members, a lot of civilians ready to get booked behind that shit. For the smallest of things, giving rides, sending cash apps. You know what I mean? Accepting phone calls. They're gonna be locking motherfuckers up for accepting phone calls. Everybody phone tap right now. Everybody. Mother, grandmother, cousin, brother, whole family tree. Phone tap. That shit crazy. So who was that guy? Big U. Remember what Big U said they was doing? They was going to some football games. Like, oh, these people play dirty, yo. It's fucked up what they do, yo. They start applying pressure to civilians. And people wonder why motherfuckers is against them and don't want to work with them. Like, it's a multitude of reasons why people don't like, especially black people, don't fuck with law enforcement. If this was a white family, they wouldn't be going through none of that shit. You know what I mean? If this was a prominent white family, they wouldn't be going through none of this shit. They'd have played fair with them. You know what I mean? They'd have treated them with respect. And who the fuck wants to be followed by law enforcement everywhere they go? They kidnapped the man's mother and took her phone, didn't give it back to her. Ain't giving no paperwork. Did all that shit off the records. Man. That shit crazy. That shit crazy. Major Mike, what it is. Yo, if you're new to the channel, make sure y'all subscribe, hit that like button. Probably go live, stay live until I get home. Gotta get up early tomorrow, go to work again. Always in this bitch. Damn, oh, y'all, that's fucked up. That lady probably scared, man. Whole family scared right now. And she said he innocent. Like, they keep talking about all these charges he got, but you listen to the art, man, the evidence, they ain't really got no evidence. That's why they tried him so many times. They painted that boy out to be a monster so they can kill him and get away with it. I believe her. Like, exactly what she said. They paint you out to be a monster so they can kill his ass. If you think about it, yo, they're not giving nobody else this type of coverage, just him. And I mean, it's also because he's been found guilty, which makes him even more of a risk than everybody else because he's in prison and not jail. But even that, when she explained the evidence that they had against him and how they convicted him, it's like they convicted him off rap lyrics, off somebody else's rap lyrics. It's a dirty game, y'all. That's why I say, when niggas be mad at me, when I be like, yo, niggas be like, yo, come on, one of my homeboys hit me. Like, what you mean, turn yourself in? Yo, that's the best thing to do, bro. I don't know if y'all ever noticed, like, yo, when you got certain cases, you got like a murder or some shit like that, yo, they gonna look for you, man. You got a murder and they know you did it, man. That shit, man, you don't want to play with that. You got any case where life in prison is on the line, man, you might as well turn yourself in, yo. Or if you gonna run, don't make sure you ain't with no family that you care about. Cause they coming after them motherfuckers. Now, ultimately, I think the family, the people that's locked up, the family members that helped or sent money or whatever they did, their bail gonna get lowered. I think they're just trying to send a message because a $1 million to $2 million bond is excessive. But they're gonna make them pay. They're gonna make them get lawyers. They're gonna send them through the whole process. Just cause they can. And they might give them a little small bit. 6 months. A year and a day. Something light. After they made them spend all that fucking money. New Orleans poor. Ain't like New Orleans is a place where black people is thriving. You said it was what? Hit that like button, y'all. They was on lockdown the day before. Wow. So how did this message get transferred? They was on lockdown the day before, and the next day they get off lockdown, they escape. Man, the truth ain't gonna come out like the real truth. You know what I mean? They gonna give us some type of story that only makes sense to the ignorant. But the real truth ain't never gonna come out. Who really put this play together? That shit probably never get revealed. That's why I say the closest thing we'll get to the truth is if we ever find out who our dad was, look into that person and see if he ever worked with law enforcement at any time in his life. That's the only way we're gonna get the truth. Or get something that looks like the truth. Other than that, they're gonna give us some bullshit. You know what I mean? They're gonna give us some bullshit. It's fucked up, yo, that they did this. Like, yo, you know how probably scared people are? You had, well, I think it's only 3 on the run now. But you had 11 criminals. A couple of them violent. Back on the streets. They probably went to Derek and told him specifically. He probably was the first person that got told. Yo, but we ready to escape, bro. What you gonna do? He getting all the media coverage. But I don't think he going back, yo. I ain't gonna lie. If he don't go back, I don't get blamed. Ain't nobody trying to do no life with motherfucking president. Come on, all these deals and shit. It depends on the evidence. Like if the evidence is with us, it's with his aunt saying, you better off going back and just try to, appeal a decision and fight it that way. But if they got a strong case, they better get that shit over with. The life. Get life over with and say, fuck that shit, I ain't going back. Y'all got to kill me first. Life in prison rough, y'all. Especially, he 25? He got a long life to live. He still got a long life to live. That's another thing that don't make sense, Rob. An 8-hour head start. So what, they ain't get him to next count time? They went a whole count time. They went whole 8 hours without realizing 11 people escaped. Yo, who familiar with that jail? How many people on the tail over there? It's 2-man cells. How many cells on the tail over there in the New Orleans Parish? Did anybody know? Anybody from the NO? Man, it's definitely a play, bro. Definitely a fucking play. I just can't see a situation where niggas escaping that many people. Like I said, y'all, in 1864, 108 people escaped. That was 1864, yo. This is 2025. Niggas ain't, they not allowing no motherfucking body to escape. No work order. But said D was going to shank him if he didn't turn off the wall. Man, I think he been scapegoated. They found an easy victim, an easy target. Yeah, we gonna pin it on him. Man, a car behind me. Yeah, he been scapegoated. Hate y'all when ain't nobody on the road and it's a car behind me. That shit be grinding me up. And you can't see who it is. All you see is lights and shit. It's only 1,400 beds in the jail. How many to a cell, bitch? Look at how many people, how many on the tip. Look at, if you can't look up how many cells is on the tier at New Orleans Parish. Yeah. I know it's 2-man cells. I I just don't see how you don't know it's 11 people missing. That's 11 people. That's a you in a small tight space. 11 people, yo, that's a huge debt. Maryland, they count probably every year. You got the morning count at like 4 or 5 o'clock. Then you got the afternoon count. Probably like, I don't remember. Maybe 2 or something, 3 count. Maryland, 3 count. How the fuck did they go? How they go unnoticed for 8 hours is crazy. Talking about the lady went to go get something to eat. Yeah, they don't even allow you to do that for the most part. Somebody supposed to brought that lady something to eat. You can't abandon your post. Cause if somebody gets stabbed, nigga, you know, that's a huge ass lawsuit. I don't know if niggas getting stabbed over there, but even if somebody get the shit beat out of her real bad, that's a huge lawsuit. Oh, so they're not even trying to tell us how many people on the tail. I bet they ain't. Probably gotta look that shit up 17 different ways to find that information. I'm gonna say this: if it's 100 people on that tail, say it's 50 cells, 100 people, 11 missing, you can notice that easily. Easily. J-Rock, what it is? I already pull up here first. Motherfucking bad. Been drinking hella fucking water. My fucking teeth been hurting. I'm ready to run this store right quick, y'all. Hold up. would stop at the only gas station. They ain't got no motherfucking bathroom out this shit. Fuck that. Had to get on my Baltimore shit. Yeah. Ah, man, this is stale. Come on, y'all. Try to get me with the stale bag, you heard me? Them bitches back. So they got 2-man cell, but how many cells on the tail? How many cells on the tail? Go, quick one. I just find it hard to believe, y'all, that 11 people went missing for 8 hours. Like, yo, that is hard to believe. $8 hours, a whole shift. Well, there ain't no whole shift for a CO, but that's a whole shift for a regular average person that work a job. Motherfuckers missing from 9 to 5. But they ain't do no late night count. They did it after the last count. Ain't no way they got through the last count. The late night count and they was missing. They say it's hard to say. So they ain't try to give us that information. Okay. We gotta talk to somebody from New Orleans that been up there before. Cause they know they don't want us to find that information because it says it's only 60 people on the tail. It's like ain't no goddamn well you ain't no 11 was missing. You know what I mean? Ain't no way. You gotta be about 150 people, 200 people on the tail, y'all, for you not know it's 11 people missing. Like I said, even if it's 100 people on the tail, 11 people missing, that's a lot of people, y'all. That is a lot of people. You can notice that. Oh my God, here we go. Wow. They be tripping me out every time you want to ride past. They want motherfucking pull out the little cuts and shit. Out of there on his ass. be down there home for he hit that motherfucking corner. Because I know BMW's fast. Yeah. Bitch ass nigga, man. Fuck you gonna wear at the light for? Get outside. Yeah, so we gonna have to, one of these days, so we got to really look into that. Cause they try and keep that shit under wraps. Like 11 people missing. That shit just fucked up though, yo. That whole situation fucked up. Because the niggas that ran, they don't realize they was played. You know what I mean? They just sent out and took it. They don't realize they was played. And they gonna get more time and all that shit that's gonna come with it. Cause why only 11? You know what I mean? In a situation like that, you would thought the whole tail would have ran off. Should have been 30 of them niggas. Only they didn't sabotage the live. Come on, y'all. A whole 15 minutes. Yo, if we back live, or they ended it. Somebody let me know if we back live or not. Man, something fucking you see the fan. Dirty guy, I got. Oh, all right, we back live. I guess we was talking too much truth. Cause I got my high spot on and everything. No reason why we cut out like that for that fucking long. But I feel bad for the family members, man. They got caught up in that shit. That's fucked up. Yo, for the most part, niggas know. When you get booked, I send you some money. I even come and visit a motherfucker. Yo, but don't call me, yo, talking about, yo, I need you to meet up with this person and that man bring them that. No, I don't do that. I don't do that. Nope. Cause I ain't going to jail for no shit like that. Like when I go to jail, it got to matter. It got to be for, you know what I mean? I ain't going to jail because I'm trying to send you a motherfucking can of tobacco. I ain't going to jail for that. Yeah, Dave, what it is? Yeah, I ain't going to jail for that, y'all. Nope. I be mad as a bitch. Now we sell buddies. I just went outside looking out. Now we sell buddies. No, I don't know, bro. Call somebody else with that shit. I give you money. I paid for it, but somebody else got. And then they go to meet whoever they got to meet to get that shit to you. I'll do that. I give you the money for the weed, but I ain't gonna be the one meeting the person with the weed to drop it off. Fuck no. I'll be mad. Was they in a private run prison or state run? Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. Yeah, that's a good question. We might need to look into that. It was a jail. They wasn't in prison. And that's what makes it so crazy. Like, motherfuckers be escaping prison. Niggas don't be escaping jail, man. Because some prisons, depending on the security level, it's people going in and out all the time. You know what I mean? So it's easy to kind of slide through the cracks. But jail, niggas ain't going out in jail. Alright? Niggas ain't going out. Niggas in that bitch. 24/7. Might go to the gym if they got a gym. A lot of times, well, I know in Maryland, the gym in Baltimore, the gym might be on the roof. You know what I mean? So you ain't even really going out there at that time. Now I know down City Jail, what is it, JI? They got it outside. But man, fuck that. But that's fucked up, yo. Like I just wanted to make this video, yo, cause I be talking about that shit. When I be talking about niggas need to turn their self in, niggas be wondering why. Like, man, fuck no. This is why. Nigga grandmother book. They already booked that man grandmother holding on a $2 million bond. She probably ain't even sent you $100. They gonna make her go through all the motions just to give her time served. She gotta return a lawyer, file a habeas corpus, get the bond lowered, bond out. They ready to send her through all the motions just for sending you a couple of hours. Actually crazy. One of the other girls, they locked her up. And her cousin was the one that gave him a ride. She just was in the car, from what I understand. She ain't even the one that gave him a ride. She didn't even know them niggas. Her cousin knew him. They locked their ass up too. $1 million bond. He played dirty, yo. This New Orleans. Y'all know how New Orleans is. If you don't, New Orleans is one of the dirtiest motherfucking prison systems in the fucking United States. They started that bitch picking cotton. They be having them niggas working the field. They still ain't let C Murder out. Mac did 20-something years before they let him out. They gave Louisiana, they gave Boosie 8 years for weed. 3rd-degree marijuana. They gave him 8 years for that shit. Well, shit, I backtrack now, shit. They probably do catch some time. Now I'm sitting back thinking about it. The people that help. Or they ain't even help. The people that just talk to these motherfuckers or gave them a ride. They probably do serve some prison time. Got grandma and that bitch locked up. I know you're probably like, damn, I should have never called her. That was stupid. I don't get grandma in that situation. Damn, I meant to grab some ibuprofen. I fucking forgot. Shit. I'm going back out. Fuck it. Fuck it. bologna sandwiches every day. See, in Maryland, you only get bologna sandwiches if you go to court. Well, they serve it sometimes, but you mainly get it if you go to court or if the jail on lockdown. Eat a motherfucking sweaty meat sandwiches. We call it sweaty meat. Meat be sweaty as a bitch. Now, why the fuck the meat be so goddamn sweaty? Shit crazy. Fuck water all the way down there. Leave the Muslims. The Muslims ain't got nothing to do with this conversation, man. That shit ain't real bologna anyway. That shit be having holes all in it and shit. Shit look like motherfucking. Shit look like motherfucking. The fuck they call that cheese with the holes in it? They don't never turn lights off in this bitch. Every light on in the house. Swiss cheese. That's how the bologna look. That should look like Swiss bologna. So that should be looking. Yo, but I'm at the crib now though, y'all. Make sure y'all share the live, hit that like button. Like I say, yo, this shit fucked up, yo. I believe it was a play. I mean, it seems like a lot of people gonna take falls. It's fucked up, yo. It's fucked up that people family got caught up in this shit. I mean, but that's why I say, yo, certain cases, it ain't near worth running, y'all. It ain't worth getting other people involved in that shit, man. Sometimes you gotta stand on your decision making. You feel me? It's one of those situations, yo. They put themselves in a tight spot. You gotta stand on that shit. And if you decide to pull a move like this, yo, you can't call nobody that you care about. I mean, you don't call grandma, man. You don't call your mother. You know what I mean? You probably call your fall partner. I mean, your man you out there thugging with. That's still thugging. Because they know the consequences and repercussions of it. A lot of times civilians don't. Grandma ain't. But these niggas still won't. Why you keep staying up and woke at 2 o'clock in the morning, y'all? Yeah, sweet to Australia. She says it's called Sweaty Betty. Shit, man. Me be sweaty as shit for no reason. Yeah, but a lot of times, the civilians, they don't really understand the consequences and repercussions of it. Grandma ain't think they was going to lock up giving no. I mean, she just looked like, oh, my grandson need me. I mean, do what I can. Sometimes, yo, you gotta. Don't you know how I be talking about with the rappers and shit? But sometimes, yo, you gotta protect people from themselves, man. You feel me? Sometimes you gotta do that, yo. Sometimes you gotta protect people. This one of them times. It's one of them times where they supposed to protect their family. I ain't gonna put you in this situation. Even though I know you'll help me. I know you will. But I can't do that to you. I can't do that to you. I'm sure some of them niggas probably did carry you that way. But some people don't give a fuck. That be the ones I think them niggas. I think them niggas that move like that. I think them niggas tell. I think they'd tell something. I don't know. We gotta look it up. Let's find. Hold on. Let's look it up right fast. Yo, I used to do my videos right here, yo. Phone ready to die for real. Hey, shut your ass up. What's up? What's up? Let's find out. Let's find out. Let's find out. Let's find out. Is New Orleans Parish privately owned? No. Some properties may be privately owned, but it does not necessarily mean they're not part of the city property. No. Prison. And that's the name of New Orleans prison? Jail. Oh, no, it's not. It's not privately owned property. It's owned by the city of New Orleans. The jail, known as Orleans Parish Jail, has been under the control of Orleans Parish Sheriff Office and is operated by the city government. Yeah, what the fuck? I don't eat chitlins. I don't even eat pork, bro. I don't eat pork, bro. Yo, but I'm ready to take my ass to bed. I've been at work all fucking day. You know what I mean? The whole day. No, you must peoples. And man, you want them shining the sharp niggas. You probably like BDSM. This bitch getting plugged, this shit. A bankhead, you be out here getting plugged in. Yeah, they got with Diddy. Diddy get you right. I'm ready to start sending everybody to Diddy. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, Diddy can serve multiple purposes. Diddy out here getting people right, fixing lives, saving lives out this bit. Yo, but appreciate anybody that tapped that, man. Share the live, hit that like button. Tomorrow, matter of fact, tomorrow we're going live at 11. Tuesday we're going live at 11. No, we can't go live at 11. I got work tomorrow. Tuesday we're going live at 11. For certain. Tomorrow we can get it in for real. But appreciate everybody. Hit that like button. And I'm out.